Good morning, everybody, each and every one. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. Woo! This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make videos and live broadcasts about the joys of living in Mexico. Welcome. Thanks for joining us, each and everyone. The buck stops here. Got here about 25 minutes ago. We got Mary Jane saying hello this morning, and Char Williams wants to know all about I'm so ready to learn about this island. Yeah, we're going to an island. Hold tight, because we're going to an island for the journey of your life. And we got Marco. We did a couple of videos on Marco this week. Marco, and I want to reach out and say thank you so much for all the information and the Pueblos Magicos you told me about. He gave me a full list, and I really thank him for all of his information. We have Liston Henry in the house. Ola Liston, good morning to you. Miss Sam, my neighbor, I'm going to be calling you. Look, Miss Sam's talking Spanish. Buenos dias, mi gente. That means good morning, my people, my people. Woo! She's telling everybody that you are her people. Right on. And who is in the house? None other than my friend, as all of you, pretty boy Brian Maiden is in the house this morning. It's a little chilly in here. Temple Moore is in the house, my other neighbor in Morelia. Ola Bill, good morning and happy Saturday to you. And look, we've missed her for I think a week or two. It's She Thinks So She Speaks is in the house. Axel Foley is in the house. Good morning. And Michelle, happy to see you in Verlaine. Happy to see you in this house. Be driving back to Mexico in a week. Well, come on back down. And Matt Brazelton, he is in beautiful Lake Chapala, and Lake Chapala is the biggest lake in Mexico. I mean, it's huge, all kinds of cities around that lake. But I think he's saying hello this morning from Ajijic, which is right next to a city called Chapala, about a 45-minute drive from the fabulous city of Guadalajara. That's about a 3.5-hour drive from where I am. It's a little chilly here this morning. It's chilly for me. That's why I have this jacket on. Maybe in another 30 minutes, I'll take it off. It's a beautiful day here in Morelia. It's about 65 degrees right now, partly cloudy, and it's going to go up to about 74 degrees today. It's going to be another fabulous day in Mexico. There's no humidity here. It's been an excellent. I'm so glad I'm not in Mazatlan anymore, because I'd still be sweating. I'd be sweating every day through October, through mid-November, no more. I'd rather put on this jacket than be sweating my butt off. And look, we have Eric Nickerson in the house. Have a safe, blessed day. Same to you, my man. And Deborah is in the house, looking good again. We've got a lot to cover. I've got a ton of video clips to share with you today. I actually been out flying the drone, practicing with the drone for my trip to the island. I've met some new people unexpectedly in Morelia, and all of a sudden now I'm just meeting people like crazy down here. I have events to visit this week's dinners, gatherings, lunches. I didn't expect that at all. It's all of a sudden I'm just meeting all of these people. The people are very friendly and kind here in Morelia. 62 degrees in the Poconos. Missed last week. Hope I didn't miss too much. Axel Foley, we'll catch you up. Let's get started. Let me look at my list here. Oh, for what it's worth, the peso, the value of the peso is falling like a rock. I said the same thing about a month ago. When I moved in here, my rent was $500 a month. Now my rent is below $450 a month. It's at about $446 a month. That's like a $54 drop. The peso, that means whatever you're buying on the street. When you buy some tacos, cerveza, tequila, vegetables, when you get on the bus, take a taxi ride. Now is a really good, if you've been thinking about buying a house in Mexico, this is a good time because the peso is just it's gone down. It's gone down to the value it was almost 2 years ago. And I love it. I love everything is cheaper. And somebody left me a comment this week. They said, they left me a comment last night. And I tell you what, man, I get some really wild comments, but this person said, I'm leaving Mexico. It's too expensive and the government is crazy. Too expensive? Are you crazy? Nothing crazy about the government down here. It's okay, well, I don't know where you're leaving. Oh, they said, I'm going back to the United States. Well, all I did is I clicked the little thumbs up button, clicked the little heart button, and I didn't say anything. Sometimes you just got to let people be themselves. Okay, Nancy Trevino. Hola, Nancy. Okay. Why is the peso in so much trouble? What's causing this? I'm putting up a video on that subject, I think Monday or Tuesday of this week. They have a new governor down here. Claudia is her first name. And sometimes the value of the peso will drop when manufacturing drops in the United States, when there are economic concerns in the United States. And if the economy in Mexico, if the powers that be here in Mexico thinks that the United States government is going to be making less investments in the United States in manufacturing and many other purchases, then the value of the peso will go down. But I'll be putting up a full video on that within the next couple of days, so stay tuned. Nancy Trevino. Hola, Nancy. Always great to see you in the house. And my new friend who is in Morelia right now, La Dulce Vida, heading to Pátzcuaro and surroundings today. Thanks for the tips. Have to leave now. Oh, so glad that you could bless us with your presence, even just for a short period of time. And we have lots of clips. I'll be visiting Pátzcuaro, which is about an hour bus ride from Morelia. I'll be going there, I believe, Tuesday of this week. And I'll have lots of video clips on Pátzcuaro. It's a very beautiful town, very affordable, all the things that you would want to live a peaceful life and enjoy Mexico. Ryan is in the house. Bill, I think you've got a video where an acquaintance of yours can help folks with moving to Mexico. Is that still someone you recommend? If you weren't living in Morelia, where would you want to go next? Okay, let's take this one thing at a time. I'm after living in Puerto Vallarta, after living in Guadalajara. After living in Puerto Vallarta for 10 years, and I was very happy there. After living in Guadalajara for 3 years, after living in Chapala for 3 years, a little time in Ajijic. I lived in Mazatlan for 2 years, and I've traveled much. I've visited Malaki. I've visited so many places in Mexico. I can't even tell you where I've been. I've been to scores of cities and pueblos, and right now I'm as happy as I've been anywhere. I want to visit Pueblo, all of the magical cities around Morelia, Aguas Calientes. Ryan, one place that really surprised me that is not far from Morelia is a pueblo. Oh, it's called Lagos de Moreno. Lagos de Moreno, a beautiful city. It's all more than a town, than a city. Beautiful city, extremely affordable, probably less expensive than Morelia, with beautiful people, the most beautiful women I've seen other than Turkey. I'm leaving something out. A place I could surely live in and totally enjoy, and I've done a video on it, and that city would be Guanajuato. I could live in Guanajuato in a heartbeat. It's a fabulous place. Now, let me say this: in my economic research, looking up comparative prices between Morelia and Guanajuato, ends up that Morelia was a bit less expensive, and that's why I chose to live here. Oh, but let's go back here. Okay. Now to answer this question, I got to click a couple of buttons here. Here we go. I got to click a couple of buttons because I want to share something with you because I made some changes here. If last week, YouTube has made some changes in the way that it shows descriptions on live broadcast. So Steve from Kansas City couldn't find the link to get to Mariana's Mexico relocation guide. So I made it easy for everyone to find. If you go to buildthegeek.org, at the very top of the page at buildthegeek.org, there's the link right there. Get help with the Mexico relocation guide. Click here, and that will take you right in to Mariana's. Let's see. To Mariana's Mexico relocation guide, and it's a wealth of information, surely worth it. And here's why. They have facilitators to help you with immigration. They'll help you with guides. They'll help you find hospital. So and it costs $500. But if you're coming down to just to kind of test out Mexico and see what you think, where do you want to live? Where do you want to stay? Get some immigration. The Mexico relocation guide is a wealth of information and totally affordable. Okay, so let me click a button here, and let me go over here. Go to DJ Lord Buck. The Mexico peso to the dollar's at about 20 to 1. Earlier, the 16th, thanks to Bill, I've made right on. I'm telling you, man. Bill, for the money making, gracias. Thank you for the money making info. You're so right. Do you plan on buying an electric heater? Yes. I'll either get an electric, because it's going to get chilly. I mean, it's been chilly. Look, I mean, I got this jacket on, man. I got my window almost closed. So in another couple of months, I'll get an electric heater. I hope I can find a propane heater, because I like those better. And look who is here. Jamie is in the house. Ken Art, are you skydiving? He's skydiving again this week. Good for you. And Bill, how is Katie Ibarra? Haven't seen her lately. Katie's doing fantastic. She still subscribes to our Facebook group, and she had a change of events. And for those of you that don't know, Katie Ibarra, if you're looking for property in the Ajijic, Chapala, Jocotepec area, you want to contact Katie Ibarra. She's from my hometown, Columbus, Ohio. She's lived lakeside or Ajijic, Chapala, Jocotepec. She's lived there for probably about 12, 13 years. And she's the hardest working, honest, informative realtor in that area. But now she's like 13 hours away from me. And so it just is that it used to be that we could just make appointments and we could go visit properties. But now she's so far away, it just doesn't work out so well. Okay, now, here's Jamie. I bought the guide on the last show, what I saved on travel insurance for my October trip, paid for the entire guide. Yeah, so if you're looking, let's go over here. So if you're looking for the Mariana's relocation guide, just go to the top of my website. The first link up there, get help with the Mexican relocation guide. Click here, and that will take you right into the site, and you'll save lots of time and money going in there. Okay, DJ Buzzard, buenos dias todos. Okay, well, let's get with the getting here. I had lunch. I had lunch downtown this week in El Centro, and it was just fabulous. Estacionamiento, that means parking. 8 syllables. But I went in to El Centro to have breakfast with a new friend of mine who actually lives in Europe. And once I got to El Centro, since I've been here, I hadn't been to El Centro at all. And I could probably not leave town and just walk around El Centro for hours and hours and hours. But this is downtown Morelia in El Centro. It's about 15 minute drive or taxi from to where I am. And I met my acquaintance. Look at the people you got. Look at all the young people, middle-aged people. You might see. Look at the youth of these people. It wasn't like this when I was in Mazatlan, not at all. It was mostly senior citizens with gray hair. But here in Morelia, so we're going to go into this place to catch La Guaracita. There are 5 of these in towns, all owned separately. So you want to check the name. It's a fabulous place. La Guerrecita Tostadas de Café y Cacoa. Okay. And here's what it looked like on the inside. So festive. They grind their own coffee here, make chocolate. We spent 7 hours. The food was excellent. Breakfast food, lunch food, original Mexican cuisine. And it's huge. The place is huge. And I believe this is Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning. The place was filled at 10 o'clock in the morning. Fabulous place. Okay, now let's see what's going on. The buck stops here. I got a 1-year temporary visa. Need to apply for 3-year temp visa soon. Can you hook me up with your hombre Barra? Now, are you looking, buck stops here. Are you looking to, now that's another thing about the Mexico relocation guide. She will hook you up with a facilitator that will extend your 3-year visa. That's the beauty of the Mexico relocation guide. Contact, just go to buildgeek.org. There's a link right on top of the page. But now another way, you can contact my immigration attorney, Ibarra. That's who you're talking about. Albiro, that's who you're talking about. And just go to the front of my page, hover and click FAQs. And if you scroll down. Oh, here's Katie Ibarra's contact information right there. You can always contact her like that. If you're looking to rent or buy in Mazatlan, there's Kimberly Cook. And right below that, my immigration attorney, Albiro, there is all of his contact information. He's gotten me 3 visas in Mexico. He got my cousin who was in Montana. He got her a permanent visa before she even got to Mexico. So there you go. Just go to buildgeek.org, click on FAQs. You'll be good to go. And look who's here. William Mustache Stoneman. Stoneman has joined us. Are you in Pueblo, William? Ryan, I would have thought Mazatlan would be all young people. Bill stays dropping knowledge. I tell you what, Morelia, I'm so happy at the age range of people in Morelia. When I was everywhere I go, in my neighborhood, when I do my walk in the morning, I walk for like an hour in the neighborhood 5 days a week. And it's so cool because families are walking with their children. These little kids, they have on their little Catholic school blue and white uniforms. This one guy, he has 2 kids. One's got to be 5. The other one's like 7. He's holding their hands. He waves to me. They wave to me. I see teenagers. I've got a couple of teenagers living down the street with their parents across the street. College students on my street, middle-aged people, senior citizens on my street. Morelia is totally different than Mazatlan. It's age. It has a wide age span. And what's Axel Foley talking about? Bill, how many hospitals in Morelia? Is there one in El Centro? There are hospitals all over. There are hospitals all over Morelia. Just do a Google search. After landing in Mexico City in October, I head to San Miguel Allende for at least a week for Halloween and DOD. And Halloween and DOD means Day of the Dead. And Day of the Dead is supposed to be fabulous here in Morelia. Day of the Dead is different than Halloween, even though they happen pretty much at the same time. Day of the Dead will be celebrated November 1st and November 2nd here in Morelia. And it's a fabulous event all over Mexico. Just thousands of people in El Centro, faces painted, and they visit it's the Day of the Dead, so people go to the graveyards and put flowers in the graveyard, drink lots of beer, and just celebrate ancestry. So wherever you go, I'm staying at home because for me, Day of the Dead is kind of like 4th of July in the United States. It's like in the United States, you want to go to, I mean, once you've seen fireworks, you've seen fireworks. Okay, so I won't be going. Thank you, DJ Buzzard Axel Foley. Does the Mexico relocation guide have an online version? And is it updated frequently? It's updated like all the time. The thing about Marianne, and she just interviewed me. Her people were here like, I think last week. Time's flying, I forget. But she has developed a Mexico national network of facilitators, hospitals, guides. So it's updated pretty much daily. She's getting information from her people around Mexico daily. So once you make that $500 investment, it's a lifetime investment. And yes, the whole thing is online. You get everything done online. You can find facilitators, get their phone numbers, talk to them, email them, all of that. It's a hell of an investment. That's all I can say. Ms. Sam, I'm not cold. In fact, I had to turn on my fan. I also have summer clothes on. Ha ha ha. That's because Miss Sam is just so hot. She's a hot chick. And you know how them hot chicks get all hot and bothered. They just, woo, they're all sweating. Woo, girl. Miss Sam is so hot. They don't even let her go to the mall because all the temperature. They don't let her in the ice cream shops because she walks in, all the ice cream melts. That's how hot she is. She's a hot chica. Okay, yes, I meant to say I'll borrow. My bad. Almost time for me to apply for 3-year temp visa because my 1-year temp expires January 25th. And let me say this. Once you get any kind of visa, let's say you get a 1-year visa, when you apply to do that upgrade, they don't, it's like they don't ask for hardly any paperwork. I think I'm going from memory, but I'm thinking I got my first visa and I had to give them 6 months of bank records. Then I had to pay the bank like $200. No, I had to pay the government of Mexico $200 to translate my bank records. And, you have to give them your shoe size and what's your IQ. What was your mother's maiden name, all that kind of stuff. But once you do that the first time, it's a lot easier as you move along. Okay. Ryan, Morelia seems very safe, but it seems that others will still point out it's not as safe as other notable cities. You're a resident now. What's your take? I got a weird question this week. Oh, I got some guy. I got some guy. He's going to be like he's with some church or something, and he's coming to Mexico for 6 months to help the challenged towns in Mexico, and to do that church thing with them. And he says, where can I go in Mexico that's safe? And he gave me a name of some town. He says, is it safe there? Can I go there? Is it safe? He's all paranoid. I tell you what, man, I do not worry about safety. I'll say it again. I said it last week. I don't know how many times I've said it, but I don't go out at night pretty much. I mean, I'm boring. I'm in bed at like 8:30 at night. I don't go to bars. I don't go out drinking and get drunk till 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't wear $20,000 diamond earrings. I don't do any of that stuff. And I can't help but do this. I just got to do this. I just got to do it here. I mean, here's my neighborhood. This is where I live. That's across the street from where I live. When this broadcast is shut down today, I'm going to walk down the hill where you see all of those houses. There's thousands of people down there. I'm going to do some shopping, walk around. I do it almost every day. I walk down there. I buy stuff. Thousands of families living down there. And I have no fear. And I've had no fear anywhere I have been in Mexico for 20 years. So I'm going to say, forget about crime everywhere. It's just like, I mean, I've been in places in the United States where I'm just scared. My sister lived in Manhattan for 10 years. I used to go visit her, and I was in New Hampshire. I used to know the train systems very well. I was on a subway in New York City at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I thought I was going to get robbed. Seriously, I thought that me and my friend Frank, we were both bodybuilders. I thought we were going to have to fight. We were with a couple of women, good-looking women, and these three thugs, it's just us and these three thugs, the only one on this one subway train at 2 o'clock in the morning. I thought we were going to have to fight, but we didn't. I don't know how we got along around that, but I've been in Los Angeles, San Francisco. I feel Columbus, Ohio. You want to get robbed, go to Columbus, Ohio. But Mexico is way safer unless you're out buying drugs. You're out buying drugs and you don't pay the drug people, they'll kill you. Okay, don't sell drugs. So I'm gonna leave it alone. Now, Miss Sam, I love me some Day of the Dead. It's a good time, man. I went to Day of the Dead. I did a video on Day of the Dead in Mazatlan. I show the parade. The parades are awesome. Get your face painted. You can get your face painted for like $15. It is a fabulous time. And if you buy the guide, the Mexico relocation guide, they're a member Facebook group as well. I'm a very happy buyer of the guide. Jamie, thank you for sharing that information with us. Lenora Wilson, good morning, Lenora. And we have Mary Jane donating to the channel. Thank you so much for funding my trips. And in a few seconds, we're going to show some clips of my latest trip. Thank you so much. I will be tripping to Morelia in January. Drop me a line. Drop me a line when you get here. Char roles have reversed. Since I've been in Philly, my children say I have to be in when the street lights come on. I'm not allowed after dark. That's, that's just messed up. You don't have to worry about that down here. I may have to create a Facebook account so I stop missing out on all that action. And tell you what, I'm not a big Facebook fan. I use Facebook to post my videos on Facebook. I'm just going to talk about Facebook just for a second. But when I used to write books for Amazon, I used to market my books on Facebook, and you can pay them to market your books, and they have all the information that people put on. Anytime you type anything in Facebook, Facebook records everything, and then they segregate it and put it in their database. So if you tell them how old you are, your religion, your race, your sex, what part of the country you live in, what your occupation is, do you like chocolate ice cream, vanilla ice cream? They put all of that in a database, and then they sell that information to people. So anything that they have on you in Facebook, they take that information from you and sell it. That's why Mark Zuckerberg has so much cash. And that really turns me off. Okay, but I use Facebook just for that. And some people will send me instant messages for Facebook, but I rarely, and we have our Facebook group there. It's living in Mexico. Expats, something like that. Mexico expats living in Mexico, Bill Dallas Lewis. I'm going to keep that up. I'm growing it, but I'm not a Facebook regular. And Jamie, thank you so much for contributing to two Bases. Contributing two Bases to the channel. And that Bases means beer. Okay, now here we go. David, hey man, the party's about to start in Mexico. And Mexicans know how to party. Ms. Sam, here we go. Is it safe to live in the United States? Is there a safe state, city, or town in the United States? I've lived in very affluent places in the United States. I have had my apartment broken into several times. The United States is not safe. Every day you got mass shootings, carjackings. Who knows what Donald Trump is doing day to day. And wherever he is, there's going to be some crime going on. So just if you just want to stay away from crime, stay away from look at the news, see where Donald Trump is, and don't go there. Okay, now. So let's get back to what's really happening. In making my move here to Morelia, that was kind of stressful. That was like 3 months of stress. And I hadn't put my drone up. In about like 9 months. So I was out practicing with the drone this week, just and the drone, you got to know you got to be going up and down and check for interference to make sure that, you got $1,000 in the air. Something goes wrong, it's just gone. So I was out practicing because when I went on this trip, and there he is, there's the main man of soul right there, Bill Dallas Lewis, flying the drone. He's all dressed up. So I just walked around the neighborhood with the drone. Then I went down. I went down with the drone to the park. First, I just wanted to walk around with the drone, keep it flat, keep it low. Then the best thing I like to do with the drone is to send it up into the air. Yeah, so I'm doing that. I spent about 4 hours practicing with the drone before I took my trip. So now I'm going to share the trip that I took this week, and let me go over here. Here's the name of where I went to this weekend. It was a really cool trip. The place is called Janitzio. Janitzio. It is an island. And what you do, it's like a hour bus rider from, it's an hour bus ride from Morelia. And then you get off at the Pátzcuaro bus stop. Now, this is my second time there. This is my second time going to Pátzcuaro. And let's look at the map here. Here we go. Okay, let's look at the map, and please bear with me while I bring up the map. Here we go. Yeah, we'll be there in just a second here. So here we are. Let's put Morelia kind of in the middle. Okay. So, okay. So they're not showing Pátzcuaro. Now they are. So here's Morelia in the middle, and down here's Pátzcuaro. I'm going there this week, but that's only like and I was in but here's the lake. This blue area is Lake Patzcuaro, and you can see the island right here, Janitzio. So you take the bus to Pátzcuaro, and then you take a boat over to Janitzio. You're going to see that in a second. And it's a very nice trip. The bus ride to Pátzcuaro from Morelia was about $3.50 one way. Of course, I have my senior citizens discount card, but the thing is, it's funny. The bus station in Pátzcuaro is really not a station. It's like a bus stop, and you go there, and there's only one bus that comes and goes different places, So I just had written down on a piece of paper. Once I got off the bus, some taxi driver came up to me, and the taxi driver said, "You need a taxi?" I said, "Okay." And I said, I want to go here. I want to go to this place. So the taxi, I had it all written down. So the taxi driver drove me for like 4 minutes. He gave me gringo prices because he charged me like 60 pesos, which is like $3. On the way back, this old taxi driver only charged me like 30 pesos. So I got screwed on the way to the boat. So that's okay. That's okay. It's going to happen. That's all right. So, but it was cool. So I took the bus, and it's a beauty. Now, this is about a half an hour outside of Morelia, and that's like a brand new housing development outside, a half an hour outside of Morelia. It's like, who lives there? I mean, it's out in the middle of nowhere, but taking the bus, you never know what you are going to see in Mexico. And of course, whenever you're on the bus, you'll see here's a Pemex. There's a gas station, and the Pemex gas station, they always have an OXXO there. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. OXXO and shops and restaurants. And look at how nice and green everything is. It was beautiful. And then you can see the signs going to Zinzunzan, and we showed video clips of that. And now we're getting into the town of Pátzcuaro. I believe I'm going there on Tuesday of this week, with the money that you guys share with me for donations, then I can make the trip, walk all around the town. Look at this beautiful restaurant on the way to the island. Oh, it was a wonderful, wonderful trip. So the taxi driver drops me off at this place, and here you go. These are the boats that go to the island. I kind of forget what day it was. What day was this? I think it might have been Thursday. This is probably around 10 o'clock in the morning. Maybe it was a Tuesday. I forget. I'm brain dead. My brain is dead, but the boat was full. Look at this. The boat was full round trip to the island and back is like $5. And the trip lasts about 25 minutes. Check out this woman right here. I sat right across from her. And she was trying to get my phone number. She wanted my email address. She wanted to know if I was married. You know, she wanted to know my address. I said, no, honey, I'm sorry. I'm working. I'm making videos. And so we get on the bus, we get on the boat, and then the boat takes off. And it's a beautiful, quiet trip. We can see we're in Lake Patzcuaro. So you have the city of Pátzcuaro, and then you have Lake Patzcuaro. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trip. Well worth it. So the bus ride round, that's pretty much all you pay for is the bus ride. No, the boat ride. If you can get to Pátzcuaro and then you can get a hotel, I would suggest spend a night or 2 nights in Pátzcuaro. Get on the boat. It's going to cost you $5 round trip. And we're going to go on to the island and let you see the island here in a second. But before we do that, this was kind of a hard shot to take because I'm zoomed in with my camera, but you can see the island there in the middle of the stream, and there's a statue on top. Now, I'm going to come out with this full video probably in about 10 days, but I want to put up the Pátzcuaro video before I put that up. And this island has 4 now that's the Pátzcuaro, that's the Janitzio island there, the Isla, which means island of Janitzio. But there are 4 or 5 islands around that island, and and they're all filled with houses. I mean, you could live. You can actually. There are thousands, and there are literally thousands of people that live on this island. Thousands. And you're going to see some of them in a minute. But look at all those homes. And I didn't see any like really rich people homes. These were all just like regular middle income people. Oh, and they have a school. They have a school on the island. It's like kindergarten through high school. I saw the high school kids, boys and girls, playing basketball in the gymnasium together. Little kids with their Catholic school uniforms on, going to school on the island. When I was on the boat, I sat next to this elderly guy. He had to be like 5 foot tall. He had to be like 85. All of his clothing was immaculate. well-pressed pants, well-pressed shirt. He had to be 85. He only had half of his teeth, but he was telling me all about the island, the surrounding islands. He grew up on the island. It was quite the experience. Oh, okay. So we're on the boat, and these guys, they have these butterfly nets. It's kind of hard to see, but they scoop those nets into the water, and it just comes up. Look at that. He's going to scoop that down into the water, and when he pulls it up, it's going to be filled with fish. And while taking that picture, the boats were over there where the hot chick was that was hitting on me. I had to stay away from the hot chick because she just wanted me so bad. I mean, anyway, so after they catch some fish, then they come over to the boat and they want you to give them money. That was kind of a drag, but that's okay. But that's the boat ride over there. And then all of a sudden you get there. You get off the boat, look at the gorgeous view, and unlike Lake Chapala, I believe this lake is clean, so you can actually swim in the lake and eat the fish and not worrying about all of your arms and legs falling off like in Lake Chapala. But beautiful and then you start walking up the steps. Walking up the steps to the statue took me about a half an hour. And I'm going to tell you, I almost died. I almost died walking up these steps. It was a mofo. And of course, I'd been out practicing with the drone. I've been practicing in the park down the street, practicing on my street with the drone, in the park with the drone. But I'm going to play that clip again. Okay, so this is where I'm trying to put the drone up. But the drone saying, I can't go up. I mean, literally, the drone says, I can't fly here. I can't fly here. And it must be all that cement. They must have a bunch of metal reinforcement under the cement, but the drone would not go up. It would not go up. So I had to walk around until the little sign on the drone says, okay, you can fly now. You can fly here. Okay, so I got the drone working, and here you go. Now you're going to see homes. Look at all of that housing. And this is just a small portion of the island. So, and all as you walk up this hill right here, as you go up, it's all bars and restaurants and Mexico stuff that you can buy from the people that live on the island. But look at all the housing. I didn't see any hotels. I didn't ask. I wasn't thinking. I should have been asking, well, or can you rent? How much does it cost to rent here? But if you want to live in a beautiful place with a great view, wonderful Mexico food, very friendly people. You could live here. I saw many people that were taking the boat, and they had all these groceries. Like they live there, so they get on the boat, and they had all kinds of shops there for on the island for fish, chicken, vegetables, lots of restaurants. But if you want to go heavy duty shopping, you get on the boat, go to Pátzcuaro, do your shopping, then get on the boat and come back to the island. I have more clips on that, many more clips, but let's go to comments and see what I be missing out on. Okay, Jamie's talking. That was awesome for you, Ms. Sam. I think Mexico has been a refuge for a long time for a lot of people. Okay, I think I missed some stuff here. Let me scroll. Yeah, I missed some stuff for sure. Let me go back here. Yeah, I missed a lot of stuff. Okay, here we go. The States is not as safe as Mexico. I've been drunk in Mexico City at 4 a.m. by myself and felt safe. Yeah, and many times, when I first got to Puerto Vallarta, I was a party animal. I was a workaholic and a party animal. But I'd go down, I'd get off work, especially Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, stop working, walk down into El Centro. There's this place in Old Town, Andales. There's a bar in Old Town. It's called Andales. I'm sure it's still open. Then they called it the Gringo Bar. But they had a really good music and lots of expats in there dancing and getting drunk. I was one of them. And I'd stay there. They would close around 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd walk home by myself. It was about a 20-minute walk, 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody ever bothered me. Nobody ever bothered me in the bar or all the way walking home. I lived there for 10 or 12 years. Okay. The Foster Dojo. Ryan, yeah, don't do that again. I live in Chapala, much safer, and someone jumped me and almost choked me out. Never stay out late. Yeah, man. Luckily, I evaded him. Yeah, don't get drunk and stay out late. No, man, you're just asking for the trouble. Don't ask for the trouble. I was much younger then and stupid. Haha. Okay, there you go. Michelle, looking forward to visit Morelia in October. I would love to take you out for lunch. Yeah, Michelle, about a week before you get here, Michelle, email me about a week before you get here. Let me know where you're going to be staying. And we can go into El Centro, do a nice breakfast. Yeah. So, but let me know about a week before you get here, because now that I'm pretty much settled, here. Okay. Now that I'm pretty much settled here, I'll do breakfast, not lunch. Now that I'm pretty much settled here, I'm going to be traveling every week. When you guys donate to the channel, all this money's going. I'm going somewhere. I think I'm going somewhere every week. Every week, I'm going somewhere. And as long as you guys are donating to the channel, every week I'm going somewhere. And every week I'm going to different places that most people have never heard of. You ever heard of this island? You ever heard of Pátzcuaro? I could live in Pátzcuaro. Yeah, I'm gonna show you places. Don't go to these places that you've heard of. Go to places you haven't heard of. If you want to move to Mexico, and if you feel good about yourself, if you like yourself, if you can live with yourself, go live somewhere that people have never heard of. I'm going to do a video this week. I've got a new plan about finding a place to live in Mexico, and I think I'm going to put up that video this week. Okay, now, random question. that just came to my mind. How do Morelians feel about baseball? Let me do a Google search here. I'm sure with a population of 1 million, I'm sure they have a baseball team. And I'm just going to type in, does Morelia Mexico have a baseball team? There you go. Oh, here we go. Yes, I believe they do, and I believe. Okay. Oh, here we go. They're called the Tigres. The Morelia Tigres are the only minor league team out of Morelia. The Morelia Tigres. So they got 1 million people. They got 1 million people in Morelia. 1 million people, and Mexicans love baseball. In Mazatlan, the Venados, they had I went to a couple of in Mazatlan, they have professional baseball, professional basketball. I've been to a couple of those things. This week, a friend of mine in Mazatlan, he's a big Baltimore Ravens fan. So he sent me a WhatsApp message Thursday night. Baltimore was playing the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm on cable down here, and I found the Kansas City Baltimore Orioles game on, on cable TV. And all the commentation was in Spanish. That's a trip. That's a real trip. Ms. Sam, I was attacked several times in the United States by racist people. That's why I left the United States. I was always in fear of my life. Mexico rescued me, the safest I have felt in any country. I'm telling you, man, I'm just going to say it. When you black living in the United States, it's totally different than being white, because there's all kinds of white people just crazy, man. They just want to kill you just because of the color of your skin. It's messed up. And being down here, that's one of the joys in Mexico, not having to worry about getting called the N-word for no reason, can't go to a swimming pool for no reason. Yeah, it's different. And some people don't want to hear about it. It's like, oh, I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear about that. Don't talk about that. But I'm telling you what, when you're black, you be thinking about that all of the time. And one of the joys in living in Mexico is not thinking about that. It's a big freaking relief. Oh, I love Mexico because of that. Jamie, that is awesome for you, Ms. Sam. I think Mexico has been a refuge for a long time for a lot of people. And I want to thank Brian Maiden for contributing Canadian dollars to the travel fund. Brian, pretty boy Maiden, thank you so much. And that with that money you just contributed, that's going to pay for my trip to Pátzcuaro this week. And thank you all for contributing to the channel. Yes. Okay. Now let's see what's going on now. Very happy for you, Ms. Sam. Ryan, Bill, how is your Spanish? My friend keeps asking me, and I always forget to ask you. My Spanish is okay, but you have to remember in Mexico, I'm not like rocket scientist good in Spanish. And I'm going to say, and you have to remember there are 360 dialects of Spanish in Mexico. This is what a linguist, a professor of languages of the Spanish language. Where did I meet her? I met her in San Miguel Allende, and she was a professor. She said there are 360 dialects of Spanish. Some Mexicans speak Spanish to me, and I can understand every word they are saying. Other Mexicans will talk to me, and I don't understand diddly squat about what they're saying. All I see is their lips moving, and I hear sounds. But I can talk to all the taxi cab drivers. I can ask, how to get here, how do you get there? I can talk to people about their families. So my Spanish, some people, and many Mexicans have told me, your Spanish is very good. Your Spanish is very good. So, I can get by pretty good. But I've been studying Spanish since I was 14 years old, but I am far from fluent. Ms. Sam from Temple, Ms. Matthews, hola Bill, buenos dias, in Columbus, Ohio. Go Ohio State Bucks. I know they playing somebody good today, Ms. Sam. I am more scared of the American police than the criminals in America. And Ms. Sam is so right. I was accused of stealing my own car at least 10 times in the United States. In the United States, one time, because I had a Volkswagen Beetle, and I had my Dartmouth College sticker in the back window, and the police in Columbus, Ohio couldn't believe that some black guy in a new Volkswagen Beetle had a Dartmouth sticker in the car. So the cop pulled me over, and he says, I bet you don't even know where Dartmouth College is. I said, yes, I do. It's in Hanover, New Hampshire. Whatever. Yeah. Yep. Miss Sam. Thank you. Temple Moore. No doubt, Miss Sam. And hello all from TX. Joined late, received my resident permanente from McAllen Consulate a couple of weeks ago. Will be coming to Morelia to finish the process sometime before the end of the year. Look me up, and maybe we can have breakfast if you would like. There you go. And Ms. Matthews in my hometown saying, go Bucks in Mexico. Thank you, Ms. Matthews, for contributing to more travels for Bill the Geek on the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. And Char Williams also contributing to the channel. Thank you so much. And this is so much fun. I think my videos are going to be getting much more informative, lots more travel. And I think the videos, we've only been doing this for like 3.5 years now. It'll be 4 years in January. And I think you're going to see a lot more places that you didn't know about, give you more considerations about peaceful, beautiful, cheap places to live that are located near other places where you can live. So in the past, when I was near Guadalajara, when I was in Puerto Vallarta, all that, when I was in Ajijic, I mean, I just ran out of places to visit back then, but now I'm in the middle of Mexico, and now with your donations and starting to earn some money on YouTube, I'm going to show you some stuff in 2025. Let there be no doubt. Okay, now, Mary Jane, so sad. And look who is here. Okay, Bill, I'm checking in to say hi. I'm going back to Mazatlan in October. This is my neighbor, Pamela. And Pamela, I was thinking about you this morning. Why? I don't know. But Pam lived next door to me literally, if I opened I lived in an apartment like 402. I think she was in 404 or something like that. So we saw, and then I always had my apartment door open. And my apartment door is right next to my computer desk. So every day, Pam be walking down the hallway, and hi, Bill. Hi, Pam. We talk about her mother. Her mother's like 97 years old. But Pam, email me so I can get your phone number so we can talk and catch up. Pam became like my sister in Mazatlan. And look who showed up. Dominique Tramel. Buenos dias, everybody. Great to see you in the house. And what's Ryan talking about? It's so nice to see so many people from all walks of life on the channel. Love seeing the channel grow too. Thank you, Ryan. Thanks for all your good wishes, familia. Yeah, we're all a big family up in here. Yeah, we have a good time up in here. Let me go back. Click a button here, turn off her message, and let's go visit the island some more. Let's go back to the island and see. Okay, now here we go. So we took the drone up. Oh, okay. So we're back on the island. Here you go. And this is what I see. And this is at the bottom of the island. But look at the beautiful little kids and whoever that is with them. And there's the sign. Janitzio. There you go. There you go. Yeah. And here, now we begin our walk. Now we begin our walk up the steps. And I tell you what, if you go, be prepared to eat. And maybe, stop at one, and it's all the food is fabulous. Walk for a while, stop and eat. Be careful. I mean, it could take you 3 hours. You stop and you eat a little bit. Escuela de Música, that's the school of music right there. And you can see they have all kinds of Mexico clothing to buy, cups, paintings, original art. A lot of shops, a lot of restaurants. But if you do this, do not drink. Okay, so those steps say these are the prime steps to the top is pretty much what that says. And you just walk and you walk and you walk and you walk. So if you do this, take your time, walk and eat, but just walk and eat a little bit. Walk and eat a little bit. Walk and eat a little bit. And if you're going to drink, don't drink too much, because coming down those steps is a mofo. And I'm going to tell you right now, I got to tell you a story right now. So I get up there, you're going to see, I have images from the very top. And I'm worried about putting the drone up there because it's high altitude. I was worried I didn't. You're going to see the shots in a minute, and you're going to see what it's like on top of the island. But I'm walking down this steep flight of steps, and I was taking the steps. I was walking down the steps sideways, very slowly. And to me, they look like the Exorcist steps, from the movie The Exorcist, which was shot in Georgetown, in Washington, D.C. I've seen the movie. I've been to the Exorcist steps in Georgetown. It just looked scary. There was a long distance steps. So here's what happened. Here's what I got to tell you this story. So here's what happened. I hear this voice behind me as I'm walking. This little girl in the shop, she had to be like 8 years old. She said, "Amigo," I heard somebody saying, "Amigo, amigo, amigo." I turned around and said, "What?" And she said, "Don't go down those steps. Walk over there. And so she could see that I was stressed out and I might fall all the way down the steps. So she pointed to like this other way to go where you don't really walk down the steps like that. It's a very slow digression. You're going to see here in a minute, but thank God for that girl, because I was scared beyond belief. And you can see the steps. That's looking down from where I came. But it's just restaurants, steps, and shops. And it was, I almost had 5. Look at that. Look at that. I was coming down those steps. I thought I was going to fall down the steps, maybe break my neck, die. I thought I was going to, look at that. So there's, but look at those, look at the restaurant right there. Yeah, there you go. Check it out. Sure. And there's a lot of authentic Mexican food in the house. Here we go. These ladies, you can see they got their fire going. And the hot chick that was trying to get my phone number, my email address, her and her family were back in that part of the restaurant setting up for a big meal. That's all beans, frijoles. That whole big vat is filled with fresh Mexican beans. And we got to walk some more and walk some more. Food, and I didn't have any beers. I just wanted to get to the top, shoot some video, and walk back down, get on the boat, get back to Morelia. But if you want to shop and eat, but if you're going to drink alcohol, I would be very careful on the way up and down. And sure, we are almost to the very top, almost there. And I asked one of the ladies in a shop, I said, am I almost there? She says, yeah, just a little bit more. These people, and I saw a bunch of elderly people. I saw elderly people walking up and down these stairs. God bless them. Just think of how healthy. So we finally do get to the top. And when I say we, I mean me. And they have food up here. They do have restaurants at the very top. And the view is fabulous, of course. There you go. Some cannons up there. Unless you want it, just in case you want to blow somebody away, get mad at some boat. You see some boat coming, they let you put fireworks in there and blow people up. But here you go. I believe the name of this statue is called Morelius. I think that's it. I have to do a bit more research on that and get you the correct answer. But there you go. That is the structure that you saw on the boat when we were on the boat from far, far away. There you go. That's what I walked up to see that. And we made it. We did not have the big heart attack that I thought was coming. Okay. And here's the view. Here's the view from the top. Nothing but beautiful green mountains, clean lake. You can actually eat the fish and swim in the lake. Very, very quiet. Very quiet. I'm almost out of clips now, but they have many courtyards up top. You're going to see a lady here cooking yellow corn on the cob in a second. Here she is. I wonder how she gets up here. I wonder if she lives on the island. There's a little baby in the background, yellow corn and fixins. Yeah. Very peaceful. This might be a good place for a honeymoon. Okay, now watch this very carefully. And this is something that I did not think about at all. I had no clue that there would be so many people living on the island. I didn't think of that at all. You mean like people actually lived with their, you've seen a lot of kids up there so far. They got a school on their kindergarten through high school. But what I didn't think is what happened to the people that die? What if you're living on the island and you die? Well, look at this very carefully. And you can see the cross right there. But as we pan over at the bottom of the screen, at the very bottom of the screen where there's two guys are down there, that's a graveyard. And those are all graves. And you can see the dirt there next to the guys. They just dug a grave. Looks like a mafia movie. They dug that hole, and look at all the graves up there if you want to die and get buried. And look at all the houses and the laundry getting dried out. Yeah, people live up there. Then we made the walk down. We get on the boat, and then it's time to take the boat back to, we're in Lake Patzcuaro. This is Lake Patzcuaro, and now we're going back to the city of Pátzcuaro. There you go. Woo! And I'm going to tell you what, that was only half of the videos that I shot. That's only half of the videos that I shot for sure. Woo! That was, woo! Wow, that was something. Wow! Oh my God! Oh, okay. And I'm going to put up this little thing. You can order the Mexico relocation guide just by going to the top of the page at buildthegeek.org. For what that's worth. Let's see. Oh, yeah. If you're here for the first time, leave a comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you're looking for. We still have time. Okay, now let's see here what I missed out on. Okay. I'm checking message. Got Pam, Ryan, so nice. So many nice people. Miss Sam, and Miss Sam's thanking everyone for all your good wishes. Ryan, thanks so much for your comment. Ryan, Miss Sam, my pleasure. And we got Law Hoff donating to the channel. Thank you so much. Looking forward to the next travel video. I appreciate your candor on racism, real life, and sensitive topics. And your sense of humor makes me laugh. Thank you. And hey, thank you. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for showing up and sharing your comments and donating to the channel so I can keep on keeping on doing this. Thank you so much. Dominique, maybe I missed it because I was a little late, but how high is the summit on the Isla? Ooh, on the summit. That must be the top. I'd say I don't know for a fact. And I think when you say summit, you mean up where the statue is. I'd say straight up, it's about 150 yards. I would say it's 150 yards straight up. Now, Temple Moore, Bill, the exorcist steps, so nice the lady gave you. Yeah, it was a little girl. She was like 8 years old. She was like 4 feet tall. She was so beautiful and kind and caring. That was one of the most beautiful interactions I've had. I mean, really, 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 that was such a beautiful interaction. Axel Foley are the towns, cities nearby. Yeah, there are Axel Foley. There are a ton of towns and cities nearby Morelia. Lots of them in central Mexico, where Morelia is. And there aren't. I mean, you saw the boat on that boat. There were on the boat on the way there that I showed a few minutes ago. There were no expats. I'm going to walk to a big grocery store after this broadcast is over. There's going to be hundreds of people in the grocery store. I'm going to see no expats. Now I'm going to an expat dinner Tuesday night. That's going to be nothing but expats. That's going to be more expats than I've seen in like years, pretty much. But in these small towns in Pátzcuaro, I've seen no expats. I was in Zinzanzun, no expats. Yeah. Now, okay, let me keep on cruising here. The steps made me think of the towns along the Amalfi Coast. Beautiful, isn't it? So it's so European, but they were developed by the Spanish. And as you walk up and down the steps, you think, who built this and why? Okay, that will all be coming out when I publish the video in about 10 days. Inexpensive to live. Yes, inexpensive to live. Some people would say cheap. David, I believe a battle was fought there against the French with that island. And Marco, were you able to climb up inside the monument? It's taller than the Statue of Liberty. And Marco's the one who gave me this list of places to visit. And we have 2 videos up this week about Marco and his life and his family. One more coming out probably tomorrow. But yes, at the bottom of the statue, you can pay to go into the statue and walk up to the top of the statue. And I have done that at the Statue of Liberty. I've done that as a child. But I tell you what, man, Marco, after walking up all them steps, I already saw the great view. I don't see how much better the view can do. And after I'd already walked up about 89 million steps, I decided not to walk up in the statue. I let it go. Dominique, those very folks get the best views. I bet you are right. There's a viewing area at the wrist. Okay, thank you, Marco. So for those of you that do go to the island, it's totally worth it. And if you get to the top and you have that energy, walk into the statue, walk all the way to the top, and maybe they have beers and tacos up there you can buy also. Blessing, amigas y amigos, blessings to you also. Bill, how do you feel about someone living a nomadic lifestyle, i.e. Airbnbs, working remotely, etc. in Mexico, just traveling around, seeing the country as a whole? Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been doing for 20 years. I've been working online for 20 years. Wherever I have internet and a computer, I have been able to work. For 12 years. All I did was teach advanced computer graphics. I've never had a student in Mexico. All of my students were online, living in Canada, the United States, Australia, Great Britain, Italy, Greece. I've had students from all over the world, and I could travel throughout Mexico the entire time. Then when I started writing books for Amazon, I could be anywhere on the planet as long as I could upload my books and have time to write and to travel. For me, This is the way to live. I don't want to own a car. I don't want to own any property. I am a digital nomad, and I've been doing this for 20 years. And thank God now I have a Mac PowerBook. It is the fabulous computer. It's fast. I can edit videos in minutes, put them up on the internet, and be anywhere in the world. Bill the Geek on the Bill Dallas Lewis totally encourages anyone that can get a fabulous laptop or something like that. Get on the road, work online, and live life well. Axel Foley, what are you talking about, Axel? Now that you've settled in Morelia and meeting new people, how is the reception now? You said when you first arrived, they wouldn't look you in the eyes. Yeah. It gets better every day. Like people, the people on my block, there was a guy across the street, him and his wife, they live across the street. They were very hesitant. I've been here 2 months. Now we're like friends. Hey, how you doing? This other Mexican lady walking her 3 dogs every day. I think last week, one day, I mean, I see her every day. I see her or her mother. Her mother's got to be like 85. Either her mother's walking the 3 dogs, who's 85, or the young chick who's not that young. She's probably like 50, walking the dogs. So we're walking by, and then like in the middle of last week, she stops me, and in fluent English, she says, "Where are you from? Where are you from?" And we talked for 15 minutes. Now we're friends. Her name is Liz. Oh, and the stores where I shop, the people know me. Now people are accepting. People take their time here. They just need to see you a few times, and they are good to go. Oh, Miss Sam, I'm going to La Comer. In 1 hour, I will be at La Comer. And I've mentioned it in the past. La Comer is the best grocery store I've been in my life. It's incredible. It's like a 12-minute walk from my apartment. I'll be there. Exquisite Supermercado, Miss Sam. I'll be there in about 1 hour, shopping down. Okay, my God, wow. Let me look at my list here. And so this week, let's see what's going on. Tomorrow I'm going to do a video about the peso, how the peso is falling drastically, which is really affecting my cost of living. I love it. I believe that video will go up tomorrow. Part 3 of the Marco interview goes up tomorrow. I have breakfast in El Centro on Monday. Tuesday night, I meet for dinner with an expat groups with an individual that contacted me last night. That's Tuesday. Oh, yeah, and Tuesday I'm going to Pátzcuaro to walk around town, shoot some videos, do some research on Pátzcuaro. I believe that Pátzcuaro, I'll show you the videos, and I tell you what, I've stood by my word. I told you guys that before I put a video up, I show you guys the clips before the videos go up, if it's a travel video. And I always want to be able to show you guys up front, just because it's kind of cool that you guys get a preview of what the video is going to be about. When I put up the video about this island, there'll be more information. It'll be more tightly edited. It'll be better, more entertaining. But okay, so that's what's going on. So, and the week after this upcoming week, I'm not sure where I'm going to go, but it'll be somewhere fun and exciting. Okay, Axel Foley, have a great weekend, guys. See you next Saturday. You too, Axel. All right, you guys. Well, wow. I think that's all I got. Let me check my list here. Woo. And if it is your first time here and you're having fun, if you're enjoying these video clips and the people making comments and asking questions, make sure that you click the like button. Right now we have 60 people watching, 37 people that have clicked the 37 people have clicked the like button. And if you like what you see, click the subscribe button. We're at 12,100 subscribers, headed to 13,000 subscribers. And Dominique, your travel video clips are much appreciated, Dominique. Thank you so much. Marco, have a great week, everyone. Thank you, Marco, and thank you, Marco, for being such a great source of information. Now, do you accept Cash App? You can donate. There's a donate button in the description below. But if you want to donate and you don't want to do it through YouTube, in the description, there's a link. It says donate, and there you can use Visa, MasterCard, American Express, PayPal, or the Discovery card. Thank you so much for sharing time with us, Shar. And tell you what, y'all, I'm getting ready to head down to La Comer, do some shopping, come back here, and I'm gonna come back here and what am I going to do when I come? Then I'm going to write some scripts for the videos tomorrow. Woo! Wow. And we may as well go down memory lane just a little bit. I'll go down memory lane. This is the view from my apartment in Mazatlan. I would say I really like my present view better than this view. That's a beautiful view, but you can't see as much as I can see now. And we had our neighbor Pam. When I would walk out the door of my apartment, this is what I would see. Pam Rogers living right next door. I saw beautiful sunsets headed out to my walk every morning. And of course, this is Mazatlan, 3 blocks away from the beach. And then I would walk over the bridge to see this fabulous canal every morning. And it was a great way. And the little fish would be jumping up and down in the canal. What a beautiful way to start the day each and every day in Mazatlan. But I tell you what, here's when I look out the window right now. This is what I see. And I'm in about 20 minutes, I'll be down there in that neighborhood. And there will be no expats, just me with 5-year-olds and 10-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 21-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40 years old, 85-year-olds, all Mexicans. And it's a lot less expensive. And then I'll come back this evening. And instead of seeing all the homes, all I'll see is these beautiful lights. And this is all I see all day, and all night. And again, my rent now with the peso going down is $447 a month. Oh, yes. I love Mexico. I encourage people to come down, visit Mexico, give it a chance, visit some places, see where you like the most. So I'm getting ready to sign off now. I want to thank everyone for joining us this Saturday. Next week, we will have more video clips, probably of the expat gathering. I'll have some clips of that, see how that goes. And Pátzcuaro will have lots of video clips of that next Saturday. So until the next time, I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. If you're watching the replay, you want to donate, there's a donate button in the description below. But love you all. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking the like button. Thanks for sharing your comments and your questions with us today. I try to answer everything as well as I can. So to everyone, I say adios, hasta luego, and que te vaya bien.